Bizarre obsession toward Caitlin Clark and other WBB stars trigger fiery debate on fan boundaries. Those aren't fans. Those are trolls. These were Caitlin Clark's strong words when she talked about the upsetting issue of online harassment in the WNBA. Her statement has now taken a fresh significance after a horrible incident involving her encounter with a stalker. This disturbing instance has raised questions about fan boundaries and the unpleasant reality faced by female athletes. However, there have been a lot of more situations like this. There have been too many incidents in the WNBA where fan behavior has gotten out of hand. Brittany Griner has been the object of racial comments. AI-generated nude photos of LSU's Angel Reese have been posted without her knowledge. On top of this, Alyssa Thomas was the victim of severe internet harassment during her playoff run. While Connecticut's Sun Dejonae Carrington received an incredibly violent email full of threats and racial epithets. Such accounts merely worsen an old issue with all the weight of the digital age. Caitlin Clark's experience has now started a heated discussion in regard to the borders between the athlete and the fan. Your fans will always want more, said sports host Rachel Demita. They will want to see more. Where are you going? What outfit are you wearing? What city are you in? That is something I would just caution anyone in the public eye, especially girls. Be careful of what you are constantly sharing online. Her words of warning serve as a reminder of how players' public personas can sometimes bring them too much attention. Demita went on to say, all of these things attract unwanted attention. When creeps come around, or when there are people who don't have great intentions, all the money in the world and all of the fame won't matter. Nevertheless, the authorities took strong action in response to the Caitlin Clark incident. A 55-year-old man was taken into custody in Indianapolis on January 12, 2025. The stalking charges he faces are a level 5 felony, which means he could be locked away for 1 to 6 years and fined up to $10,000 if convicted. With this in mind, how did the event transpire? Clark faced persistent harassment. The stalker began using the social media site X to send a lot of threatening and sexually graphic messages in December 2024. He allegedly drove past her house and the Gamebridge Field house several times a day, which escalated his actions. She was terrified for her safety when he shockingly made the trip from Texas to Indianapolis in order to be close to Clark. Because of the stalker's persistent behavior, the 22-year-old basketball player says she felt very fearful. She also mentioned that stress from the harassment had forced her to change her routine and public appearances for security reasons. She was always on edge because of the messages, which Clark called terrorizing and intimidating. When she realized the stalker was actually in Indianapolis, her worries reached a breaking point. Marion County Prosecutor Ryan Mears emphasized the heft of the case. No matter how prominent a person you are, this case shows that online harassment can quickly turn into threats of physical violence. And it takes a lot of courage for women to come forward in these cases, which is why many don't, he stressed. Clark's case and cases like his explain why there's a need for social change. Of course, legal action in Clark's case as well as similar others is important, but the emphasis must also move to preventive measures, which will create an environment where female athletes can grow in peace without worrying about harassment.